every shot count. You see, I believe everything happens for a reason.
We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
After all we've been through, everything that I've done, it can't be for nothing.
We're here at the Naughty Dog booth with a little game called The Last of Us, I think.
Yeah. I think that's the name.
Yeah. Big, right in the middle of the show floor. A lot of buzz all weekend. First time people got to have their hands on it. What have you learned from watching people play it?
That's a great question. It's been wonderful to see just how they've engaged with the combat. So we put into the game a few different ways to play through this demo. You could either choose to go offensive or defensive, be a little bit more stealthful or action-oriented. And it's just great to see people have this sort of response to the different situations they're put into and see how they deal with the enemies they run across and the challenges they face throughout the gameplay.
That's what taking over the controller, it was very natural, and that's because it just whatever play style I wanted to go with. It's not very forgiving though. You have to kind of think about what you're doing. Talk a little bit about the enemies you see in the demo.
Yeah, so I mean, we want people to be strategic and sort of tactical and thoughtful when they're playing with this game. It's sort of a different pace. You know, you can choose how rapidly you go through a lot of the combat or how slowly you take, but the enemies will sort of dictate how you got to engage them on some level. The AI we made for this game is completely dynamic. We created it from the ground up, essentially for The Last of Us, and in this demo, you run across clickers and runners, who are two of the infected humans. They're stages of evolution in the infection. So runners are early on in the infection, and they essentially are still pretty human-like. They haven't been fully infected yet. They still have their eyesight. They will run at you and charge you. They're a little bit weaker. When you get to the clicker stage of infection, those are, you know, they're pretty strong enemies. They're pretty bloodthirsty. They communicate by echolocation, so they can't see anymore, but they can hear extremely well. So you're going to want to either be silent and try and sneak up behind them, or you're just going to have to dispatch them fairly quickly with whatever weapon you can.
And that's one thing I noticed. Got near the end point of the demo, and there was a clicker that I just couldn't deal with. I hadn't spent any time scavenging, though. It seems like there's a very deep focus on scavenging. What was the design behind that?
I mean, we wanted to make it feel like you're in this world and there's a scarcity of resources, and that you have to be very thoughtful and you know, particular, and look around your environment, explore the environment. We want to encourage exploration throughout the game world, and we also want to encourage, you know, some process in where you're thinking about what sort of how you can use what's left in the resources. It's an element of survival. We want that sort of, you know, survival instinct to permeate through the game.
And that's what I thought was so neat. Obviously, these types of games, it's common for ammo to be pretty scarce. That's kind of part of the point. But I noticed even your shivs, your health, everything you need to collect from the world around you. How deep is the crafting system when it comes to that?
The crafting system, what you saw here is just a chunk of the crafting system. We've built a pretty robust system, but at the same time, you know, we don't want to say you're going to be able to find a laser sight in this sort of world, because it just doesn't fit in the game world. You know, there's something about you know, just keeping it very grounded and very real within the context of the pandemic and within the context of what these characters are going through. And everything we put in this game is based around those sort of necessities and those sort of challenges and realities.
Well, it's a very fun demo. I kind of wish we had more than 30 minutes with it, which felt for forever and too short at the same time. Very tense. The game comes out June 14th. I think we're all aware of that, so you better have it pre-ordered already. Thank you for talking to us, and have a great show.
Thank you.
You find me something to climb on. Okay, here we go. There we go. There you go. Oh, shit! Are you okay?
No! You scared the shit out of me! I'm gonna climb down there, okay?
No! Stay out there! I'll make my way up to you!
Don't do anything stupid!
I'll try.